Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeonZai here, and so there are people that requested for me to showcase the rainbow theme. So I'm gonna split it up into two parts. Right, the first part I will be talking about the just 50% plus 50% of your friend bonus for attack. So I'll be running two load-ins, leaders, and of course the squad that you see here, which is Douglas, which is having the Heavenly Bud, which increases 100% additional damage to Spark. Alright, on Michelle, I'll be using Medulla Gem. Right, and SGX will also be on Medulla Gem, and Melchio on Medulla Gem as well. And for my load-in, I'll be using Magic Ore. The reason why I'm using this is because I'm actually using load-in for my arena team as well, so I'm kind of lazy to change them, around. Right, so let's go straight into the hardest content now, which is Mare. Right, so I'm gonna use a load-in partner. So as you can see, 50% attack power to all units when 5 elements or more are present. So this basically represents Rainbow, right? And also BB field gauge, which is equivalent to like a Felnius, just that it feels, I think, slightly lesser, right? So I'm gonna stack two load-ins together to show you guys that with this team you can actually auto battle the entire quest. Like, this is the hardest boss so far in the content now. So if this team can actually auto battle, it'll be easier for you guys to farm her, and also to farm experience. Alright, so while we are waiting to go to the boss, I'm gonna roughly explain why I choose these units to form the rainbow team. Alright, so we'll start off with Douglas. Okay, so basically Douglas has 30 hits SBB, and also spark increase damage with his SBB. So as you guys know, the more you hit the units, the more battle crystals drop, right? So it's logical that if you bring one unit that hits a lot, you will spawn more battle crystals to fill your units. Alright, so moving on to SGX, it's self-explanatory, because the SBB actually now attacks and also adds dark element to your squad. And also the most important thing is the critical buff, which is a boost of damage to your squad wholly. Right, and for Michelle, basically it's like using a brute elixir on your entire team. Right, and the nice thing about it is the attack buff actually stacks with brute elixir, because unit buff and item buff do not stack. Right, so based on the new patch, while she buffs attack for 3 turns, she also attacks units with fire, and also add fire element to your squad. Alright, so moving on to Melchio. Right, Melchio is one of the more crucial and the core units that you want to have in almost any squad for bosses, basically because in his SBB, he does almost all element attacks, right? And also status immunity, meaning that for 3 turns, no unit or monster can actually inflict like weakness or curse or injury or anything like that on your team. So it's a big advantage if you have Melchio on your team. Alright, so following on to load-in. Right, load-in is basically bringing a Phoenix to your team, just that instead of healing your team every turn for HP, it's actually filling up your BB gauge per turn. Right, so his SBB is pretty sick in terms of BB filling. It makes it so much easier. And also in the new meta today, his SBB now does thunder attacks as well, and also adds the element to your squad. So basically why I choose this team, like wholly this team with two load-ins, is because sometimes I feel that you know, it's good to have a consistent attack for certain runs, right? Instead of running like the YOLO build, which is just stacking crit damage, and sometimes, you know, RNG messes you up and, you know, the crit doesn't come off, right? So this first team that I'm showcasing is the safe build, I can say, because it's a 50% attack boost times 2, right? Because there are 2 load-ins in your team, and even with 2 load-ins with thunder, you still have 5 elements because you have earth, light, dark, and also fire. Right, so basically why I choose this team is they all add up together, man. You don't even need to use any items to buff and etc. Like for example, Michelle can actually buff your attack, SGX can buff critical, and Loadin can actually do what the flute can do, right? And Melcho basically is a passive elixir, so you don't have to do anything. And for Douglas, it's subjective. You can actually replace him with a Zelban, right? Because a Zelban SBB, they give the defense buff and also attacks and gives earth element to your group, right? So that is one alternative unit that you can use to substitute out Douglas, right? So alright, as we move on to the boss, we shall see how you know, so far you can see like we have no issues with filling up the BB, because every turn is like sparking, and also with the buff and the leader skill, your BB gauge actually fills very fast. Alright, as you can see, boom, it's filled again, no problems. Alright, so the only problem that you will face will be single target bosses, because as you guys know, that single target bosses are, you know, they only give a certain amount of, you know, battle crystals. Because if you hit 3 units, it's like the amount of battle crystals you generate normally times 3. Right, so if you have only one target, obviously you're not gonna get as much as you see like 2 or 3 monsters. Alright, so that is the only disadvantage you'll see, which I will show you guys in a bit when we reach Mare. Alright, so after this video, you guys should see part 2 of it, but I'm not gonna do like the whole thing all over again, because it's gonna be almost the same, just that the only difference I would like to show you guys will be the boss fight, which is the damage output of the various teams that I'm gonna showcase, right? Like to let you guys see what is the difference between team 1 and team 2. So what is team 2? You will find out in the second video, which is pretty obvious, you know, if you see like the build that we have here. So you guys should probably have an idea while you're watching this video, like what is the substitute for load-in. Alright, so far so good. Haven't even used a single potion, nor lost a single, you know, HP yet. Makes it so easy. Right, so for those people that are, you know, gonna rant about this being like only for pay-to-play players and etc. So do note that this team is kind of like a, you know, showcase team, which is, you know, what you want to achieve, like the dream team for farming. So this was made on request by a subscriber, or actually a few of you guys. So I hope you guys don't feel you know, offended or anything like that, because I'm not trying to bring the free-to-play community down. No, I'm trying to let you guys, you know, be encouraged and motivated. Like, if you really like this game, you know, what is stopping you to, you know, just spend like 2 days, 3 days of, you know, lunch money just to, you know, enjoy long term. I mean, you guys are keeping your principles, you know, of not spending, etc. So, you know, I kind of, you know, respect that. You know, it's your choice and it's your finances. Alright, so we're moving on to the final boss. So I'm not gonna use a single item, and I'm just gonna let you guys see the sequence that I use for this team. Alright, so basically I do SGX. Alright, I do Melchior because he is light. Alright, then I do Douglas, and then Lodin last. Because Lodin's BB buff will only take place after the round is over anyway, so it doesn't matter like if you cast at the start or not. So as you can see, I can almost one shot Mare right at the first turn, and as you can see, it doesn't fill up all the monsters, but the second turn you're most likely going to kill her because you have light element on all units and also crit. Right, as you can see, 2 turns and boom, you're done, and she's dead. So it's pretty easy if you have this setup. It's pretty stable and safe to say that you can actually auto battle throughout the entire fight. Alright, so okay, so now the first team is done, and I'm going to move on to the second video, and I'll catch you guys in the second video again to further explain the team 2 that I'm running for this build. Right, so again, thank you guys for supporting, and I'll see you all on the next video. Take care.